All right, welcome back to For Nostalgic Reasons. And for today is September 13th, so obviously had to show tribute to the greatest of all time. Um, Today is officially the 26th year anniversary of my guy passing away. And like I said, anybody knows me, and you guys should know by now, it's the greatest of all time, how much of a fan I am, and this, that, and the other. But today, I just wanted to talk about this. Well, number one, it's ironic that we're covering this today. For those that don't know, and I'm pretty sure everyone has to have known by now, because everyone is on social media nowadays, and everyone knows everything nowadays. But yesterday PNB Rock passed away, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like, yo, man, I was the biggest PNB Rock fan. Like, yo, that was my guy. Like, da-da-da. I'm not even gonna do all that. But the thing that does, like, number one, like, hearing that even happened, number one, that was like one of the last people I ever expected that to happen to. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna act like I'm one of his biggest fans or any of those things. But I like some of his music and stuff like that. I wasn't really like actively like checking out for anything, but at the end of the day, he was a human being. He was an artist that was making music and making a living for him and his family. And yesterday, all that just was taken away. He's not here anymore. And it's just like I said, when it first happened, I was just like, yo, literally the last person I thought that would happen to. And I know interviews starting to come out saying like people tried him and tried to rob him before and da-da-da-da. But I just, like, I don't know. When I saw the news, I just didn't realize, or even like would guess, like, yo, like that happened to him, like, seriously. But it's just a constant theme that's been going on, and it's just getting out of hand. It's just getting out of hand. Like, you're just starting to see a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities passing away at an early age. Like, this man was 30 years old. And a lot of people, I feel like this generation now might be like, yo, like, that's old. Like, yo, snap, like, he was 30, like, da-da-da-da. But it's like, bro, like, this man's 4 years older than me. Like, or he was turning 31 this year. He's 5 years or 4.5 years older than me. So it's like, it's just wild. And a lot of artists, a lot of celebrity, like, just, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about just like these people just passing away. And I know like everyone's dealing with stuff. People pass away every day, even if they're not famous. I understand that. But it's just, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about these people passing away like by just getting shot over something stupid. Like, even, my guy started off, I saw a post, because I follow one of the Outlaws and stuff like that from Tupac's group. I follow one of him, Young Noble, on Instagram. And he had a post saying basically like, Tupac was the first major like celebrity like of his like status or whatever, or rap celebrity of his status that was gunned down. And it's he was basically talking about how, like, of course Biggie died after that, and then you see like the reoccurring theme later on in history. But it's just like, it's just so wild to see. It's just becoming more like, it's just happening too often. Same thing, like, you can go down the line, like, 50 Cent, luckily he survived, but he got shot 9 times over something stupid. You want to go back to Jam Master Jay getting shot. You want to go back to even recently as XXX getting shot, Pop Smoke getting shot. It's just a constant theme. Even Lil TJ, luckily he survived. But it's just a constant thing that just these people, just celebrities and stuff, getting killed for what? Or getting shot for what at the end of the day? If you look into, like, what's happening, Nipsey Hussle, another one, getting shot for what? Like, and I was listening to The Breakfast Club this morning, and they were basically talking about, like, of course they were going to cover the PNB thing, but they brought up a conversation about, like, like, Envy was like, you should be able to, like, there's no reason in the world that, like, you shouldn't be able to, like, flash like your jewelry or whatever like that, because I guess, like, what happened with PNB, was that I guess someone like tried to rob him because like they felt offended that he was like flashing his jewelry or something. I think that's what they said, but basically like it's just like, oh yeah, like these celebrities are walking around with their jewelry and like these people are killing these people or shooting these people because it feels like they're flexing on them. Like, bro, like who are you at the end of the day? Like, I was just listening to the conversation. They're just like I said, Envy's point was just his whole point was that like, yo, like you should be able to flash your jewelry. You should be able to, if you worked for this, if you worked for, you know, your career, if you worked for like the jewelry that you have or whatever you have that you worked for, you should be able to do whatever you want. And Charlamagne's whole argument was that like, yeah, you know, you're living, like he was basically telling Envy like you're responding or you're like wishing to live in a world that's just not the case. Like you're hoping for a world that we just don't live in right now. Like that's just not what it is. Like you should live your life according to the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that like, yo, there's a lot of envious people out here. Not even envious, a lot of jealous people out here that will want to take what you have because they don't like that you have it and they don't have it. And like, I just don't understand that, man. I just don't understand the whole concept of like being so jealous that like, yo, like I don't have something, I'm just gonna take what you have just because, you know, I don't have it, or I don't want you to have it to make myself feel better. Like jealousy, I've never been a jealous person ever in my life. I've never like been one of those people that are so jealous or like, yo, like, or just a hater overall. I've never been that person, so I've never understood that mentality. My whole mentality is always, if yo, like, you know, I see people that like are doing big things, I just use that as inspiration for myself to aspire to either be as great or greater than what that person is. Yeah. I just, like I said, I just never understood that mentality. But I really think, and I really hope that, or I really wish that more people could adopt that mentality of like, just what's the point of being jealous of someone else? Instead of being jealous that you don't have what that person have, why don't you just inspire to achieve what they are doing? Like everyone has 24 hours in a day. It's ultimately up to you what you decide to do with those 24 hours in a day. Like you can achieve whatever you want if you just put your mind to it. And a lot of people just want to take like the shortcut or take the quickest route or whatever. And a lot of the time, that quickest route or whatever, a prime example, and it's going to be immature as I don't know what, but the people that know what I'm talking about, you listen, we're here. If you guys remember, the Jimmy Neutron episode, remember, take this serious for a second. The Jimmy Neutron episode when they all got transported to the Win, Lose, or Kaboom episode when they were on the famous game show or whatever, and they were facing the worms or whatever, and they went and they were racing the worms or whatever, and they looked at them and like, yo, like they're moving so slow, like man, this should be an easy race. But then like they was on some BS and they tried to take a shortcut. And when they took the shortcut, they ended up getting into some whole other crazy stuff where it was like, yo, like we just like kept going on this one path, it'd have been like, you know, we didn't won this race easily. But they tried to take a shortcut and draw, and they almost lost the race because they tried to take a shortcut and got caught up in a whole bunch of like they went into like a whole like alternate reality, and they had to like figure out how to get out the alternate reality. The point of it is that taking shortcuts, that's usually more often than not the way to do it. The better way to achieve what you're trying to achieve is to go through that longer road. Saying like, even a better example for the adults, but like if you're taking a road trip and stuff like that, imagine all the things that you take. If you like, you know, you want to take shortcuts. I get the fact that you want to get there as fast as you possibly want to. I'm guilty of that as well. Usually listen, like at least when I'm driving and traveling somewhere, get me to where I'm trying to get to. But when you do take that longer road, you see certain things that you don't necessarily like see. Like I've driven cross country before. Instead of taking the plane I've driven to Vegas. Instead of taking the plane to get to Vegas, where you're not really seeing as much, I drove from Pennsylvania to Vegas, and then you get to see all of the different states, what the different states have to offer. You see a bunch of like weather and cities and a bunch of other stuff that you may not have seen by just flying over and getting there as fast as you possibly could. So there's a lot of benefits in taking the longer route to get to where you need to get to, because you pick up more, you learn more, it's just you gain more experience overall by taking the longer route instead of hurry up and trying to make the quick buck or trying to do the quickest route to get to that point. And that's just my whole point. Like, being jealous of someone just trying to take what that person has, there's no need for it. It's no need for it at all. Like, there's no need for it at all. But hey, listen, I don't know, man. All I can say is just stay safe and be smart about your decisions, because there's a lot of jealous people that will try to, plot to destroy or use, famous quote, use your weapons, or no, what is it? What's the quote? They will give you the tools that you need to destroy yourself. People will do that, man, and it's a tough world out here, man. They'll watch you self-destruct. They will do what you need to do, or they will give you, like I said, they give you the tools that you need to destroy yourself. And it's a wild, wild, wild world out here. There's a lot of things you got to look out for. You just got to wise up and be smart about it. But I'm just so tired of just hearing about just death overall. I'm just tired of hearing about it. And like I said, it's not like there's no magic cure to, be like, oh yeah, no one's gonna die anymore, and everyone's gonna live forever. Everyone has a date, but as long as I'm on this earth, I want to be here as long as possible, man. Like, RP to the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. She passed away at 96, 95, 96. That's a long life. Same thing with Betty White. She died at 99. That's a long life, bro. That's a long life. And that's so, like, just imagine all the things that they've got to see. You passing away at 96. So what? She was born in what? Quick math. She was born in what, the 30s? So I mean, hey, that's a lot of time. She saw some stuff. But just imagine just like living that long to see all those things. Like, she's probably seen her great grandkids. She had to have seen her great grandkids. Like, it's probably till when they were in like middle school. If you live until like you're 90, you can see your great grandkids until they're in middle school, or at least elementary school. Like, I don't know, man. I aspire to live a long life, man. I want to live a long. What Drake say? I want to live a long life, a legendary one. Listen, that's what I want, man. That's what I want out this lifetime, and I refuse to have mine cut down by some stuff that could have been avoided, or by some hater at the end of the day. I just refuse, and I just refuse. I'm not going to keep talking about it, because I'm done off that. But RP to GOAT. Damn, I'm gonna hit the camera. RP to the GOAT. RP to Biggie. RP to Jam Master Jay, like I said. Nipsey, X, Pop Smoke, PNB, and anyone that's just everyone. Rest in peace to anyone that was taken away from this earth before they were supposed to, or premature, or before they were supposed to. But it's just, this world's out of control, man. It's just out of control. But that's all I have to say about the situation, man. It's just wild. It's just wild times, man. It's just wild times. But that's all I have to say about this whole thing. Next episode will be more of a happier topic, and I definitely want to talk about some happier stuff, because it's supposed to be nostalgic reasons. That nostalgia is supposed to remind you of a great time in history, not necessarily damn it, man, like they did that. Like, it's not supposed to be depressing. So I just had to get that off my chest because I was just so sick and tired of just seeing all this stuff. I made a couple posts on Instagram because that just made me mad. Like, it just seems like we're in a cycle where it just keeps happening, just keeps happening. You just hear about death so often, you just keep hearing about it. But yeah, man. The new episode of the I Can't Sleep podcast is coming out. If not, probably within the next couple days, because we recorded that yesterday. I'm probably gonna release it in parts. We having some technical difficulties that we're gonna have to work around, but we're probably gonna release that in parts. It was definitely a funny episode, so you guys check out for that. And turn that notification bell, man. We're starting to crank out some videos, man. So turn on that notification bell so you guys can peep when I'm dropping. And overall, man, be safe out there, dog. Real rap, man. Be safe. Live a happy, productive life. As long as you're not hurting nobody, man, be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and live. It's going to take work, but be happy, dog. You got to work on your happiness. You got to work to get to happiness, but everyone has 24 hours in a day, man. It's all up to what you do in those 24 hours to accomplish your ultimate goal at the end of the day. So leave it like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.